Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Now the main headlines. Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi announces tomorrow as the first day of the blessed month of Ramadan. Asif Ali Zardari elected as President of Pakistan for the second term. The UNMA calls on Taliban to end restrictions on women's rights. And the Imam Ali Holy Shrine conducts training workshops on how to manage million-person gatherings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear viewers. This is Yunus Dawood and you're watching Shia Waves live from London, only on Imam Hussein TV 3. The Office of His Eminence, the Supreme Religious Authority, Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq al-Hussein al-Shirazi, has announced the first of the blessed month of Ramadan. The office has announced on its official website that tomorrow, Tuesday the 12th of March 2024, is the first day of the blessed month of Ramadan, 1445 after Hijrah. On behalf of Shia Waves, we would like to wish everyone a blessed Ramadan. May Allah the Almighty accept your prayers and supplications. Pakistani legislators on Saturday elected Asif Ali Zardari, the co-chairman of Centre-Left Pakistan People's Party, or the PPP, as the country's 14th president. Zardari, 68, the widower of the two Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto and the candidate of its ruling coalition, is the only politician elected to the country's highest yet symbolic constitutional office for a second term. He previously served as the president in 2008 to 2013 during the government of his own party. In a statement released on its website on International Women's Day, the UNAMA urged the de facto authorities in Afghanistan to lift the constraints on women and girls, warning that failure to do so could push the country further into poverty and isolation. The Special Representative of the United Nations Entity for Gender Equality and the Empowerment of Women in Afghanistan stated that the space available for Afghan women and girls continues to shrink at an alarming rate, posing a risk to Afghanistan's future and prospects of breaking free from the cycle of war, poverty, and isolation. The United Nations mission points out that since taking power in August 2021, the Taliban has imposed restrictions on the most basic rights and freedom of most women and girls, including preventing them from accessing secondary and higher education, restricting their access to work, and limiting their freedom of movement outside the house. Let's take a look back at today's main headlines. The Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi announces tomorrow as the first day of the blessed month of Ramadan. Asif Ali Zardari elected as President of Pakistan for second term. The UNMA calls on the Taliban to end restrictions on women's rights. Also tonight, Grand Ayatollah Shirazi encourages utilizing satellite channels and social platforms to spread the teachings of the Ahlul Bayt alayhum salam. The Imam Ali Holy Shrine organized a training workshop on the project of managing and engineering million-person gatherings based on the most important findings of modern studies and systems, with the aim of organizing the crowds of visitors and the processions of mourning in the million-person pilgrimages of the Ahlul Bayt alayhum salam. Dr. Hussein Turki al-Zubaydi, an engineering consultant in this field, said in a statement that this workshop is the beginning of other workshops that addresses the tasks of senior leadership at the Holy Shrine of Imam Ali alayhi salam based on the most important findings of modern studies and systems in preparation for the million-person visits to the Holy Shrine of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. On his part, the head of the events committee at the Holy Shrine of Imam Ali alayhi salam, Haydar al-Isawi, said that the workshop is conducted by a group of international professors and consultants in this field, and it included all departments of the Holy Shrine of Imam Ali alayhi salam, with emphasis on key departments such as the Order Maintenance Department and the Services Affairs Department due to their prominent roles. And now we'll continue with some shorter news. Fahd al-Batul Foundation, in collaboration with Misbah al-Hussein Foundation for Relief and Development, organized the annual gathering for preachers and missionaries in the Iraqi city of Dhiqar as a welcoming event for the blessed month of Ramadan. The director of Fahd al-Batul Foundation, Sheikh al-Hasnawi, emphasized the importance of the meeting of preachers and missionaries to collaborate to fulfill their mission. Al-Hasnawi also stressed the significance of preserving the Husseini minbar and the pulpit. He also conveyed the greetings and recommendations of the Supreme Religious Authority, who repeatedly emphasized the importance of reviving the holy month of Ramadan as it promotes self-reformation. The European Fine Arts Exhibition in the Netherlands intends to sell a rare Quranic manuscript for €1 million. The manuscript is a page from the Holy Quran in Hijazi script dating back to the first Islamic century. It is due to be exhibited in the city of Maastricht, Netherlands. The European Fine Arts Exhibition has extended a public invitation to receive visitors from March the 9th to March the 14th, with plans to put this Quranic manuscript for sale for €1 million or $1.08 million. According to the report, the manuscript consists of a single page from the Quran in Hijazi script dating back to 20 years after the passing of the Holy Prophet salawatullahi alayhi wa sallam. The pages of the Holy Quran are made of leather and were kept by a British man. The Quran manuscript at the University of Birmingham contains 2 pages from the Quran discovered at the University of Birmingham. It was estimated to be around 13,070 years old and concluded that the manuscript was written during the years 568 to the years 645 AD. The period of Prophet Muhammad's prophethood was between the years 610 to 632 AD, meaning that the manuscript was written by someone who lived during the time of the Prophet salawatullahi wasalam alayhim ajma'in. There is also the Sanaz manuscript consisting of 38 pages in the Dar al-Makhtutat library in Yemen, and other individual pages from the Holy Quran are preserved in European and private libraries. Turkish police have arrested 33 suspected members of the Islamic State group in operations in the northwestern province of Sakarya over alleged preparation of attacks ahead of the country's local elections later this month. According to Turkish authorities, the suspects were recruiting fighters to conflict zones, providing financial aid for the group, and operating illegal mosques and madrasas. Turkey has stepped up operations against IS terrorists after the group attacked a church in Istanbul in late January, killing a civilian during Sunday Mass. United Nations Secretary General on Friday said women across the globe continue to face discrimination and human rights violations, as he noted that full legal equality for women is too far away. At our current rate of change, full legal equality for women is some 300 years away, the UN chief said at an event held to mark the annual International Women's Day in New York. Antonio Guterres told a packed United Nations commemoration Friday that a global backlash against women's rights is threatening and in some cases reversing. Progress is in developing and developed countries alike. The most egregious example is in Afghanistan, he said, where the ruling Taliban have barred girls from education beyond the 6th grade, from employment outside the home, and from most public places, including parks and hair salons. Guterres said progress for achieving equality has been far too slow, and the persistent epidemic of gender-based violence disgraces humanity. At least 2 people lost their lives in a motorcycle blast in Pakistan's northwestern city of Peshawar. The blast near the Bod Bazaar area of the city also wounded 1 person who was being admitted to Lady Reading Hospital. He is believed to be in critical condition. According to police officials, the motorcycle carried between 4 and 5 kilograms of explosives when it detonated prematurely in Peshawar, the capital of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, which is a former stronghold of the Pakistani Taliban group, also known as the TTP. The Supreme Religious Authority, Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq al-Hussein al-Shirazi, has emphasized the defending of the Holy Quran, the Holy Prophet Muhammad, and the infallible Imams alayhimus salam is a fundamental duty for all Muslims around the world. In his pre-month of Ramadan speech delivered to a group of believers, the Grand Marja stated that defending the Holy Quran, the Holy Prophet, and his purified family against the lies of hypocrites and the enemies is a fundamental obligation for all Muslims. He continued, previous scholars confronted the lies of enemies and hypocrites and responded to them, and today this task falls on all believers. His Eminence emphasized the importance of utilizing satellite channels and modern communication tools to disseminate the teachings of the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, highlighting that these channels are a very important and influential means that must be utilized by centers and Husseyniyat around the world. He added that the current era is the era of the internet and social media channels, so it is necessary to convey the teachings of the Holy Quran and the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam to the world. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi warned against the widespread ignorance among people worldwide, making it imperative to disseminate true divine knowledge to guide people all over the world. More than 4.5 million individuals are still displaced in Yemen due to a prolonged conflict in the Arab nations, United Nations Humanitarian Office said on Sunday. I urge the international community to continue to give generously to the people of Yemen to support them to rebuild their lives with dignity. Ayub Nouinou, Director of Operations and Advocacy Division at the UN Office for Coordination of Human Affairs, said in a statement, since 2014, Yemen has been embroiled in a civil war, with Iran-backed Houthi rebels capturing significant portions of the country, including the capital Sana'a, and prompting the internationally recognized government to establish an interim capital in the coastal city of Aden. According to United Nations statistics, 17.6 million people will face severe food insecurity, and approximately 2.7 million women and 5 million children under the age of 5 will require treatment for acute malnutrition. We have reached the end of today's Shia Waves show. Let's take a look back at today's main headlines. Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi announces tomorrow as the first day of the blessed month of Ramadan. Asif Ali Zardari elected as President of Pakistan for the second term. The UNMA calls on the Taliban to end restrictions on women's rights. The Imam Ali Holy Shrine conducts training workshop on how to manage million-person gatherings. The Grand Ayatollah Shirazi encourages utilizing satellite channels and social platforms to spread the teachings of the Ahlul Bayt. And years of conflict leaves over 4.5 million displaced, 18 million in need of humanitarian aid in the Yemen. You can view the latest news on our website, or you can send news of your city or country to be published on our news agency. Contact us on the numbers at the bottom of the screen. Thank you all for watching, and we pray to Allah the Almighty to hasten the appearance of the Master of our time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Are you in court for raping English girls? You're here defending the paedophile.